The Road to Home Ownership, a step-by-step guide. Congratulations! You are on your way to owning your own home. This will be the most spectacular time of your life. The feeling of purchasing your first home is undescribable. Buying a home is one of life's most worthwhile endeavors and is the largest single investment made at one time, from creating memories for years to come to building equity or starting a business. Purchasing real estate can be very rewarding. However, the road to successful home ownership can make you feel like you're running through a maze. With the many twists and turns and roadblocks, you may feel as though you will never reach your goal. Direction is very important. You must know which direction to go in order to reach your destination. This is where a devoted and motivated realtor can guide you on your way to success. Using a realtor to help in buying your home will make the entire process easier and will help to make sure that you get the best deal and that all of the legal issues involved in home buying are taken care of. Your realtor can help you determine your buying power. There are many great reasons to use a realtor as your buyer's agent. They include: they will not disclose confidential information about you. They will ensure that your best interest is always first priority. They will connect you with reliable professionals to direct you in completing your transaction. They will ensure that you get the best house for your money. Buying a home is a step-by-step process. You must be diligent in building the framework for owning your own home. Before you buy a home, there are a few things you need to do. First, you must decide. You must decide to follow through with the steps necessary to make your dream of home ownership a reality. The second step is to compare renting to buying. Why should you buy a home instead of renting one? With renting, there are no tax advantages. There is no buildup of equity. There is a loss of money. There is no control over rent increases, and there's always the possibility of eviction. With buying, the property builds equity. There's a sense of community and stability. You are free to decorate. You're not dependent on a landlord. You can rent it out for extra income and take advantage of the tax advantages available to homeowners. It is very important that you educate yourself on the benefits of purchasing real estate as well as the costly pitfalls to avoid. Let's start by examining home buying fears. The most common fears about home buying and home ownership include worrying about the economy, fear of being denied a loan because of bad credit, not having enough money for the down payment, and confusion about what to buy. The truth is, if you're worrying about the economy, know that homes are not subject to the high sensitivity that short-term investments such as stocks are. They do react to the overall economic climate when sales prices rise and fall, but not as quickly or as radically as stocks. By all means, keep an eye on the economy. Bad times often present excellent opportunities to buy. Don't let periodic downturns alarm you into thinking it's all going to tumble down, taking you and your home with it. If you buy wisely, your investment will be safe from the natural ebbs and flows of the economy. If you're afraid of being denied a loan, it's okay. If you are willing to work hard and follow certain steps to get into a home, your goals can and will be met. If you're worried about not having enough money for a down payment, know that new programs have emerged, allowing buyers to put down as little as 0 to 3% in addition to covering closing costs. Are you confused about what to buy? You may want to consider the price you can afford, the size of your family, your commuting time to work, and what the real estate market has to offer. Are you afraid of discovering too late that you can't afford the home you want to buy? Well, unlike a landlord who generally does not care how much of your income you have to spend to pay the rent, a mortgage lender has a vested interest in ensuring you can make your monthly payments. Put away your fears by knowing what to expect. Buying a home is a step-by-step process. First, you must determine what you can afford. Hire a realtor. Find a house and negotiate terms. Shop and compare for a loan. Choose the best loan for you. The loan is then processed. You must have the home inspected. You need to hire an attorney, a title, and escrow agent. The loan is now approved. Get your homeowner's insurance, do the final walkthrough, close, and move in. Your income, debt, monthly expenses, credit, and savings will determine how much house you can afford. You can typically buy a home that is 2 to 3 times your income, and your monthly mortgage payment should not be more than 28% of your monthly income before taxes. You will need to evaluate your credit. We must face it, the importance of good credit is a fact of life. Credit will make or break your ability to buy a home, so check your credit before you start house hunting. Unless you check, you'll never know. You could be a victim. Identity theft is on the rise. Therefore, it is imperative that you know what is in your credit report. If you have blemished credit, it could be as a result of identity theft, closed accounts, bankruptcies, negative settlements, liens and collections, late payments, charge-offs, foreclosures, judgments, or repossessions. Repairing your credit is like putting a puzzle together. Each piece will require effort and focus in order to make progress. You must piece it all together for a complete picture. When evaluating your credit, focus on reducing debt balances, paying bills on time, avoiding new credit inquiries, and clearing inaccuracies from your report. After reviewing your mortgage application, the lender will either approve or reject it. If they turn down your application, be sure to follow the steps necessary to correct and rebuild your credit. The next step is you must get pre-approved for a mortgage loan before house hunting. In today's competitive market, buyers who arrange their financing first have a distinctive advantage. With a pre-approval complete, you can shop for your new home knowing the exact details of your approved loan amount. You may be wondering, what's the difference between being pre-qualified and being pre-approved? You can be pre-qualified simply by making a phone call to a mortgage lender. The loan officer asks for your income and general figures for the amount of your debt. He then quickly runs some numbers and tells you the amount the institution would likely lend you for a mortgage based on your replies. That's it, but that's not enough. To be pre-approved requires much more effort on both the borrower's and the lender's sides. You apply for a mortgage as if you've already chosen the house you want and are ready to make the purchase. The lender weighs your qualifications, checking your income, debt, and your credit report. Get pre-approved. This is your best strength as a buyer because you will know how much you can afford, and when you make an offer on a home you love, there is nothing better than having that pre-approval letter proving that you are a ready buyer. When you are approved, the lending institution will issue a letter or certificate saying you have been pre-approved for a loan of a certain amount. Now it's time to find your dream home. But first, let's consider a few things. Are you financially ready? If you buy the biggest house that you can afford, will you still be able to take a vacation? Will you have enough money for repairs if something in the house breaks? Will you be able to set aside savings for your retirement or for your child's future college tuition? Consider what's in your budget. Your income, debts, monthly expenses, credit, and savings determine how much house you can afford. You can typically buy a home that is 2 to 3 times your income, and your monthly mortgage payment should not be more than 28% of your monthly income before taxes. Don't be house rich and money poor. A qualified realtor will not show you homes out of your price range. Before you see even one home, your lender and real estate agent will have determined the price range that you can afford. Applying for a loan can be one of life's most dramatic and even traumatic moments. You may feel like lenders are trying to make it harder than it should be. But remember, mortgage lenders are in the business of loaning you money for a home. They want to help you. Get ready for a lot of paperwork. Papers, documents, files, numbers. Whew! It may seem like a lot of work, but knowing what will be needed will help you get organized and prepared for the mortgage application. Information you will need to provide includes recent addresses, lists of assets, lists of debts, divorce papers, child support agreements, foreclosure or bankruptcy status, gift letters, income and employment records, federal and state tax returns, social security numbers, and VA documents. Which loan is the right one? Lenders may have several loan packages that vary in length of loan, interest rate, and other particulars. Each type of mortgage offers advantages as well as disadvantages. Choosing the one that makes the most sense for you will depend on your particular situation. The most conventional types of mortgage loans include the fixed rate mortgage, the adjustable rate mortgage, FHA loans, and VA loans. A fixed rate mortgage is the most traditional of all mortgages. They feature a fixed interest rate over a fixed term, making the monthly payments the same over the entire term of the loan. Adjustable rate mortgages are tied to an interest rate of an independent financial index that lenders select. There are many choices of index which carry a variety of components. To protect homebuyers from large rate increases, most lenders set limits on the amounts rates may fluctuate. FHA loans are government-backed, which protect lenders against defaults, making it possible to offer prospective borrowers lower interest rates. Because FHA loans are government-insured, they have easier credit qualifying guidelines than most lenders, as well as relatively low closing costs and down payment requirements. A VA loan is a mortgage guaranteed by the Veterans Administration. It provides veterans and/or their surviving spouses with a federally guaranteed mortgage with zero down payment, otherwise known as 100% financing. The loan program, also referred to as the GI Bill, has been highly successful and has helped millions of American veterans and their families acquire a home. In most cases, you will require a down payment. One of the biggest factors in your ability to purchase a home is the down payment. By now, you have probably given some thought to the price that you can afford to pay for the home that you want. Where will the money come from? Does this sound familiar? You build up $5,000 in savings, and then something unexpected happens. How can you put together a down payment? Sometimes it seems that a down payment on a house is a hurdle too large to overcome. Is it hopeless? Of course not. There are various loan programs that may help you buy a home. Interest rates are competitive, and depending on your income, there is down payment and closing cost assistance available to aid you in accomplishing your goal. This may all be done with little or no out-of-pocket funds. There are federal government programs. The American Dream Down Payment Initiative, which provides down payment, closing costs, and rehab assistance of up to $10,000 or 6% of the purchase price of the home to eligible individuals. In addition, most states also offer down payment assistance programs based on availability, which may be used toward down payment and closing costs. Now it's time to go shopping. Shopping for a home can be very exciting and confusing all at the same time. You should start by answering the following questions. What features are you looking for in a home? What items are a must-have? And what are you willing to compromise on? You can make the house hunt easier by limiting yourself to viewing no more than 2 to 3 properties a day. Beyond that number, features begin to blur in your mind and fatigue affects your perceptions. Similarly, devote a day to each area of town if you are interested in more than one. You have secured a mortgage, explored the towns or neighborhoods that you're interested in, and considered the pros as well as the cons of a wide variety of housing choices. You have found the perfect home, and you want to buy it. Now it's time to get it inspected. You will need to have the house inspected for termites, and a termite bond must be shown at the closing, showing that the house has been treated to prevent those pests. You should also make sure that your contract includes a subject to an inspection statement as an assurance that the plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems, as well as the appliances, are in working order and that the house is structurally sound. A title search must be performed. This is a process that is done primarily to determine the answer to three important questions. 1. Does the seller have a sellable interest in the property? 2. What kind of restrictions or allowances pertain to the use of the land? And 3. Do any liens exist on the property which need to be paid off at closing? Remember that in some instances, your lender may not approve your mortgage if the home has serious deficiencies that could affect its value. If everything is okay, you should make an offer. Making an offer on a home is an exciting step. You found the house that you want and you're looking towards making it your home. Be sure you're serious about buying before you make an offer. If the seller accepts your offer, it becomes a legal contract after a few days. Details and planning are important. Know what you are willing to pay, but also think about the most you are willing to pay and the total pre-approved loan amount. Be specific and put everything in writing. Now it's time to negotiate. Don't simply pay what the seller is asking. Using your negotiating skills, you'll be able to work out a better price for you and one that is acceptable to the seller. Once your offer is submitted, the seller can accept your offer, make a counter offer of a new price, or add contingencies. The counter offer is the seller's response to your initial bid. Sometimes it names the actual amount they want for the property, but not usually. Most sellers still have some room in their first response prices, even when they say not a penny less. You now must work toward a meeting of the minds. At each step of the bidding, it is worth mentioning to your real estate agent the flaws of the house. Even though you may feel this is the perfect house for you, if the sellers know that, they will have the upper hand in the negotiating, and you are likely to pay a higher price for it. Your second offer should not be your top dollar, but it should be closer to your estimate of the market value. Now it's time to talk. This process may go back and forth several times before you and the seller reach an offer that is acceptable to both of you. Most homes are sold upon or before the buyer's third offer. Sometimes, however, the negotiating goes on for many days. Once the seller accepts your offer, the offer then becomes a contract. Now it's time to break out an ink pen. There is a lot of paperwork involved in a real estate transaction. Things move quickly and mistakes can be made, and often are, in one area of property transfer or another, from stupendous blunders to trivial oversights. When it comes to real estate transactions, no matter the size, every word, phrase, and paragraph in the contract is important. Real estate contracts are often written in very technical and legal language that is hard to understand. This is where the advice of a good real estate agent can prove to be invaluable. Congratulations, you've made it! This is the grand finale. The closing is the event that makes it all official. The title of the house is turned over to you from the sellers and the property is finally yours. Now that you're a homeowner, you will want to consider protecting your assets. The last thing a home buyer wants to worry about after closing is what could possibly break or malfunction in their new home. Since that can cover a multitude of items and systems, for peace of mind, it's a good idea to get a home protection plan, especially if you are a first-time homeowner or if you have no home maintenance experience. A homeowner's insurance policy is designed to protect homeowners against certain perils. When shopping for insurance, it is important to understand what you are getting when you purchase a homeowner insurance policy. Whatever choice you make, knowing and understanding your home insurance policy coverage is very important. Now it's time for you to enjoy your gift. You deserve it. In summary, your dream of owning your own home can be a reality, but you must decide, be determined, work with a realtor, and enjoy your new home. That concludes our presentation. If you have questions or comments, we can help you. We are Success Realty and Property Management. You can find us at www.mysuccessstartshere.com.